My name is Valerius Hoss, Warden of Dark Mind Asylum. Welcome to Dark Mind Asylum. Within these walls, we contain individuals whose minds and abilities defy normal comprehension. Today, we examine 5 such subjects. You will hear their complete psychological profiles, past incidents, abilities, and containment measures. Listen carefully, for every detail matters. Dark Mind Asylum. Patient Dossier File 025. Patient 025. Shadowcat, the Elusive Thief. Specimen Designation CV-06/Shadowcat. Classification: Human/Meta-Human Adjacent/Master Thief. Status: High Risk. Containment Protocol Nightfall. Wing: Meta-Human Anomaly Sector, Cell N7. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. Origins and background. Original identity: Leora Kestrel, urban infiltrator, formerly undocumented in law enforcement databases. Background prior to anomaly unknown. Suspected of involvement in high-level theft rings and covert art heists across multiple continents. History and criminal activity. At age 19, first confirmed incident involved bypassing a municipal museum's biometric vault undetected. Over the next 6 years, Shadowcat escalated to high-profile international targets: jewelry consulates, private art collectors, and corporate R&D labs. Known for never leaving evidence, using advanced knowledge of mechanical and digital security systems. Reports suggest that Shadowcat has never been observed stealing the same type of object twice, indicating both strategy and psychological manipulation of targets. Anomalous exposure event. During a heist targeting an experimental biotech research facility, Shadowcat encountered a containment unit for a volatile cognitive anomaly, designation CV-12X. The anomaly discharged a high-frequency neural resonance field designed to train cognitive reflexes. Shadowcat survived, but analysis revealed subconscious absorption of hyperreflexive cognition, enhanced proprioception and dexterity beyond human norms, acute spatial-temporal awareness in dynamic environments, transformation, heightened stealth, speed, and precision, ability to anticipate patterns in human behavior and automated systems, compulsive focus on maximizing efficiency in all thefts or infiltration activities, psychological shift toward thrill-seeking, obsession with being unseen. 2. Physical description. Height/weight: 5 feet 9 inches/135 pounds. Build: lean, wiry, optimized for agility and flexibility. Eyes: amber gold, reflective under dim lighting. Hair: jet black, layered, falls just below shoulders, often tied back during operations. Skin: olive-toned, smooth, almost unblemished. Unique features: subtle fingertip ridges that enhance grip on slick or small surfaces. Enhanced night vision: pupils dilate more quickly than normal. Very flexible joints, hypermobile shoulders and wrists. 3. Psychology. Personality traits: extremely observant and calculating. Thrill-seeker yet highly disciplined under pressure. Emotionally detached, maintains calm under life-threatening scenarios. Charismatic when needed, using charm as a tactical tool. Behavioral quirks: taps fingers or shifts weight subtly when analyzing security patterns. Mentally rehearses multiple escape routes during mundane activities. Keeps mental maps of urban and interior layouts of areas she frequents. MBTI. ISTP. The virtuoso. Tactical. Hands-on problem solver. Prefers observation and trial-based learning over theoretical approaches. Calm and adaptable under high-pressure situations. Enneagram. Type 7W8. The strategic adventurer. Seeks freedom, excitement, and autonomy. 8-wing provides assertiveness and protective instincts in confrontations. Tri-type 758. Head analytical, resourceful, adaptive. Heart independent, thrill-driven, unbound. Gut assertive, decisive, confronts obstacles directly. 4. Abilities: enhanced reflexive cognition, sub-second predictive analysis of moving objects and people. Can anticipate multi-step mechanical or digital sequences. Environmental awareness: detects air movement, vibrations, and subtle auditory cues. Excellent peripheral vision in near-dark conditions. Stealth and infiltration mastery: silent movement across diverse surfaces. Able to bypass mechanical, electronic, and human security systems. Can climb, jump, and contort body into confined spaces. Precision dexterity: fingertip control allows for delicate manipulation of locks, wires, and mechanisms. Enhanced hand-eye coordination for rapid, accurate movements. Escape and evasion: rapid route recalculation during pursuit. Uses natural and urban terrain for cover, blending seamlessly into crowds or shadows. Adaptive intelligence: learns security patterns and human behavioral tendencies instantly. Able to manipulate small groups of people with psychological subtlety. V. Capture/incident. Operation Nightfall Net. Date: August 18th, 2023. Event description: Shadowcat attempted an infiltration of the Asylum's peripheral research wing, targeting the CV-12X containment module. Detected during Phase 1 via spectral motion sensors. Responded by triggering a silent, rapid chain of diversions. Cutting camera feeds, evading pressure-sensitive floors, and disabling electronic locks. Pursuit involved multiple rapid response tactical teams. Shadowcat evaded capture for 47 minutes, leaving behind decoy holographic projections. Containment achieved after deployment of sonic disorientation nets designed to interfere with her heightened auditory perception. Neural inhibitor microdarts via long-range pneumatic delivery. Environmental lockdown of escape corridors with retractable containment gates. Outcome: Shadowcat sedated, transported under full tactical containment to Cell N7. Maintains high compliance under isolation. Any exposure to complex security devices triggers hyperfocus. 6. Containment Cell N7. Dimensions: 8M x 8M x 4M. Reinforced polymer walls with anti-climb surface. Flooring: vibration dampened, non-slip. Lighting: adjustable spectrum to prevent overstimulation. Surveillance: multi-angle cameras with delayed live feed to prevent anticipatory responses. Security features: locking airlocks with redundant electronic and mechanical fail-safes. Remote manipulated automated doors to prevent human proximity. Digital systems limited to non-interactive devices. Any advanced tools trigger immediate lockdown. 7. Observation notes: Shadowcat exhibits near-constant mental rehearsal of security patterns even during containment. Shows elevated cognitive awareness but minimal physical aggression when isolated. Psychological profile suggests high potential for cooperative operations if incentives align, though trust is minimal. Dark Mind Asylum. Patient Dossier File 026. Patient 026. Pyro clast, the living volcano. Specimen designation: CV-01/the volcanic rage. Classification: human/pyrokinetic megafauna. Status: extremely hostile. Containment Protocol Magma Alpha. Wing: Metahuman Anomalies Sector, Cell P5. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. I. Origins and background. Original identity: Dr. Kale Veyron, volcanologist and geophysicist specializing in geothermal energy systems. History: Subject exposed to experimental geothermal energy containment tests in the Karsak Range volcanoes. During a critical lab accident involving uncontrolled magma resonance tests, Dr. Veyron's physiology fused with elemental molten energy, transforming him into a pyrokinetic conduit. Trauma. Prolonged exposure to high-temperature environments, magma immersion, and isolation in volcanic tubes induced reactive aggression and episodic rage. First containment failure. Early containment trials resulted in the ignition of 3 experimental units, temperatures exceeding 2,300 degrees Fahrenheit, 1,260 degrees Celsius, causing total destruction of surrounding infrastructure. This led to the creation of Cell P5 with reinforced heat-resistant alloys and advanced environmental suppression systems. 2. Physical description. Height/weight, 7 feet 2 inches/320 pounds. Build, massive, rock-like musculature fused with flowing magma fissures. Eyes, red-orange glow with no discernible sclera. Skin, basalt-like plates with molten veins, can radiate extreme heat. Hair, none. Heat shimmers over scalp like plasma arcs. Unique features, occasional smoke emission from pores. Superheated aura extends 1 m. 3. Psychology. Personality traits. Primal, rage-driven, reactive to stress. Limited verbal communication, primarily grunts and growls. Calm during thermal stasis periods. Behavioral patterns. Aggression spikes during containment manipulations. Appears to hunt via heat signatures and vibrations. Trauma indicators. Reacts violently to low-temperature environments. Extreme agitation if containment fails. MBTI, ISTP, tactical, action-oriented, reactive. Enneagram, 8W7, dominant, confrontational, assertive. Tri-type, 875, head, analytical, strategic targeting, heart, assertive, rage-driven, gut, resilient survivalist. 4. Abilities. Pyrokinetic manipulation. Can generate molten projectiles and streams capable of melting steel in seconds. Thermal aura. Radiates extreme heat causing combustion in nearby materials. Seismic stomp. Induces tremors destabilizing reinforced floors and structures. Lava resilience. Immunity to extreme temperatures, fire, thermal shock. Predatory intellect. Uses thermal gradients to track targets and anticipate movements. Weaknesses. Rapid cooling reduces reaction time. Water exposure temporarily dampens pyrokinetic output. V. Capture. Containment event. February 12, 2021. Operation Magma Shield. Tactics. Pressurized lava-resistant aquatic enclosures. High-frequency tremor detectors to predict movement. Cryogenic gel projectile netting. Sedation. Thermal-stable tranquilizer compounds. Cryoketyloid 9. Administered via harpoons with heat-activated microfusion dispersal. Post-capture notes. Subject stable but radiates constant heat. Requires circulating molten simulant to prevent heat shock. Observed attempting microburst eruptions through fissures in containment. Containment cell. Heat-resistant alloys, thermal dampening, reinforced walls and ceilings. Infrared and thermal cameras with remote monitoring. Automated gel injection system for extreme heat spikes. Patient 027, Etherian, the Ghost Pilot. Specimen designation, CV-02/The Spectral Wind. Classification: Human/Elemental Phantom Hybrid. Status: High Risk. Containment Protocol Aerospectral. Wing: Anomalous Entity Sector. Cell A-4. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. Origins and background. Original identity: Captain Dorian Kale, experimental aerospace test pilot. History: disappeared during warp drive testing. Returned partially corporeal fused with wind currents and spatial distortions. Trauma: exposure to quantum wind tunnels left consciousness partially untethered from normal matter, causing obsession with skies, fluid motion, and air currents. First containment failure. Subject phased through reinforced containment cages, generating violent gusts displacing personnel. 2. Physical description: height/weight, 6 feet 0 inches/150 pounds. Build: lithe, elongated frame, semi-transparent. Eyes: icy blue glow in low light. Skin: translucent with wind ripple patterns. Clothing: torn aviator jacket fused to spectral body. Unique features: displaced air wings occasionally visible, faint vortex trails. 3. Psychology. Personality traits: detached, serene, obsessive with air currents. Behavioral patterns: analyzes trajectories and patterns, volatile if airflow restricted. MBTI: INFP, introspective, idealistic, adaptive. Enneagram: 4W5, individualistic, creative, emotionally intense. Tri-type: 459, head, analytical, heart, expressive, gut, adaptable. 4. Abilities: phasing/intangibility, moves through solid matter for brief periods, leaving air distortion. Wind manipulation, gusts, turbulence, vortex shields. Flight/levitation, high-speed hover and ascent. Aerokinetic force, can destroy structures with focused gusts. Spatial awareness, senses weak points via air displacement. Weaknesses: confinement in still air or vacuum induces panic. Magnetic fields disrupt phased movement. V. Capture. Containment event, September 3, 2021. Operation Spectral Tether. Tactics: phased capture nets with inertial dampeners. Electromagnetic field generators. Wind stabilization collars. Sedation: aerosolized neural inhibitors with low-pressure vacuums. Containment cell: continuous wind simulation chambers. Transparent yet reinforced polymer walls. Airflow sensors and automated turbulence modulation. Patient 028, Sareena, the Seductress. Specimen designation: CV-03/the Siren. Classification: human/psychosexual manipulator. Status: high risk. Containment Protocol Venus. Wing: Metahuman Anomalies Sector. Cell S-2. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. Origins and background. Original identity. Classified. History: infiltrated elite social networks and corporate structures under false identities. Linked to disappearances, financial manipulations, psychological manipulation. Trauma: early exposure to social isolation, learned mimicry of behaviors to manipulate perception. 2. Physical description: height/weight, 5 feet 10 inches/145 pounds. Build: lithe, graceful, highly symmetrical. Eyes: deep violet with faint luminescent glow. Hair: long raven black, slightly iridescent. Skin: pale, flawless. Unique features: subtle pheromone emission, movements optimized for allure. 3. Psychology. Personality traits: calm, poised, confident, manipulative yet emotionally detached. Behavioral patterns. Mirrors subjects. Collects personal artifacts. Humming hypnotic frequencies. MBTI. ENFJA. Charismatic manipulator. Enneagram. 3W4. Seductive achiever. Tri-type. 347. Head. Strategic. Heart. Aesthetic. Gut. Social mastery. 4. Abilities. Psychosexual manipulation. Pheromones. Body language cues induce obedience. Auditory hypnosis. Voice induces temporary cognitive suggestibility. Illusory projection. Fleeting hallucinations. Visual enhancements. Adaptive intelligence. Predicts behavior 5 to 7 seconds ahead in social scenarios. Weaknesses. Counter-pheromone agents diminish control. Sound dampening inhibits vocal effects. V. Capture. Operation. Echoed Lure. June 17, 2022. Tactics. Mirrored hallways and sound traps. Pheromone neutralizing agents. Remote-controlled mannequins to simulate vulnerable targets. Sedation. Intravenous neuroinhibitor with pheromone blockers. Containment cell. Mirrors to reduce psychological influence. Auditory suppression helmets for staff. Remote robotic manipulators only. Patient 029. Vigilant Shroud. Former elite guard turned anomaly. Specimen designation. CV-04/The Watcher. Classification. Human/enhanced combat operative/meta-human adjacent. Status. High risk. Containment protocol Iron Ward. Wing. Security anomalies and defector sector. Cell V-11. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. I. Origins and background. Original identity. Kale Draven. History. Former top-tier security operative. Expert in containment and tactical response. Exposed to high-energy psychic backlash during containment of CV-12. Gaining predictive combat reflexes. Transformation. Constant hyper-awareness. Sees micro-expressions, subtle vibrations, air movement. Psychological shift toward detachment and suspicion. 2. Physical description. Height/weight. 6 feet 2 inches/200 pounds. Build. Athletic. Lean muscle. Eyes. Steel gray. Left eye slightly enlarged. Hair. Black. Cropped close. Unique features. Reflex-enhancing neuroimplants. Heightened peripheral vision. 3. Psychology. Traits. Hypervigilant. Calculating. Calm under pressure. MBTI. ISTPT. Tactical. Action-oriented. Practical. Enneagram. 6W5. Tactical Guardian. Tri-type. 658. Head. Analytical. Heart. Loyal. Gut. Assertive. 4. Abilities. Enhanced reflexive cognition. Sub-second predictive analysis. Environmental awareness. Detects micro-vibrations. Air shifts. Tactical combat mastery. Close quarters combat. Improvised weapons. Stealth and recon. Silent movement across surfaces. Advanced infiltration. Cognitive defense. Resistance to minor telepathy/psychic influence. Weaknesses. Overfocus can result in momentary paralysis. V. Capture. Event. July 13, 2023. Containment breach response. Sequence. Intervened during high-risk breach. Contained 3 metahumans temporarily. Exposure to psychic and kinetic energies created neurological anomalies. Containment via phased neuroinhibitors. Kinetic dampening flooring. Non-reflective walls to prevent hypervisual overstimulation. Remote robotic manipulators only. Patient 030, Mr. Phantom, the Quiet Strategist. Specimen designation. CV-05/ Phantom. Classification: Human/Tactical Operative/Meta-Human Adjacent. Status: High Risk. Containment Protocol Spectre. Wing: Solo Operative Sector. Cell S-11. Compiled by Warden Valerius Hoss. Origins and background. Original identity: unknown. History: Master strategist and operative with unknown number of loyal followers, phantoms, exhibiting autonomous tactical obedience. Emergent leadership observed in coordination of these agents. 2. Physical description: height/weight, 6 feet 2 inches/140 pounds. Hair: dark brown, double-parted curtains. Eyes: blue. Build: lean, agile. Unique features: exceptional dexterity, hyperfocus, stealth optimization. 3. Psychology: high-functioning autism, alexithymia, MBTI, INTJ, strategic, analytical, independent. Enneagram: 5W8, knowledge-driven, assertive, protective autonomy. Tri-type: 528, analytical, protective, self-reliant. Temperament: melancholic plus choleric. IQ: 130. Traits: hyperanalytical, patient, socially selective, emotionally reserved, adaptive under extreme stress. 4. Abilities: stealth and infiltration, expert in urban/wilderness concealment, shadow movement. Hand-to-hand combat, multiple martial arts, precision strikes and restraint. Weapons proficiency: pistols, rifles, non-lethal tools. Tactical intelligence, predictive analysis, multi-step operation planning. Recon and surveillance, drones, sensors, mental mapping of operational zones. Escape and evasion, exploits terrain, rapid improvisation. Technical/cyber skills, network infiltration, counter-surveillance, disabling security. Follower manipulation, unknown number of loyal phantoms who act autonomously under perceived leadership. Weaknesses: extreme reliance on environmental awareness, limited in open, high-visibility scenarios, extreme necessity of control, socially anxious, only comes out at night. Timeline of capture operation. Operation name: Veilbreaker. Date: 04/17, 2:13 a.m. to 4:48 a.m. Location: Abandoned Industrial Belt, Crescent Rail Yard Sector 3, Illinois outskirts. 3. Per-up intelligence. For 11 months, the asylum tracked faint behavioral traces believed to be phantoms. Patterns of items moved by inches inside abandoned structures. Dust disturbed in floating semicircles. Footstep patterns too light to be normal. Doorways left open by millimeters. 3 nights before capture, thermal cameras recorded a human silhouette with a body heat signature hovering below average. Motion lasting 1.4 seconds before disappearing completely. This suggested phantom was nearby. 4. Operation deployment. 2:13 a.m. Teams arrive. A 3-team infiltration, deployed in complete blackout. Team Shadow 1, specialized in silent movement. Wore noise-dampening boots and blacked-out visors. Team Spectre 2, advanced sensory operators, equipped with heartbeat directional scanners. Team Lockdown 3, containment specialists, carried neural dampening restraints and suppression cuffs. No radios were used to avoid phantoms detection. All communication via haptic wrist pulses. V. Encounter and pursuit. 2:28 a.m. Shadow 1 detects faint pressure shifts inside Building C, loading bay. No heat signature, but dust particles are suspended in a crescent pattern. Phantom sign. 2:32 a.m. Phantom slips past Shadow 1 entirely, materializing behind them. No footsteps. No breathing detectable. Body positioned in a predatory angle, observing. Operator Kessler later stated in debrief, "He was behind us the whole time. Not stalking, studying." Phantom does not attack. He simply vanishes again. 6. The moment of exposure. 2:41 a.m. Spectre 2 deploys low-frequency oscillation sweep, LFO-17. This disrupts Phantom's ability to blend his presence with the environment. For the first time, his outline becomes visible, a faint, translucent distortion moving along a catwalk. Phantom's reaction. Immediate posture shift. Pupils contract sharply. Breathing slows. He doesn't run, he calculates. 2:43 a.m. Spectre 2 attempts to corner him on the catwalk. Phantom predicts their formation 4 seconds in advance, slips between them, and drops silently to the floor below. He injures 0 operators. This confirmed his preference for non-lethal escape. 7. Final confrontation. 3:02 a.m. Boiler corridor. A narrow, rusted, steam-filled hallway. Phantom's ideal terrain. Moves sideways to reduce silhouette. Steps only on metal bolts, no echo. Uses steam bursts as visual cover. Shadow 1 loses sight of him. Spectre 2 loses sensors. For 7 minutes, Phantom completely disappears inside a 40-foot corridor. 3:11 a.m. Mistake. A single droplet of condensation hits Phantom's hair. Rolls down. Falls. Hits metal. Blink. Team Shadow 1 pivots instantly. Phantom realizes the slip and breaks into evasive movement. 8. Capture. 3:13 a.m. The trap. Lockdown 3 triggers containment net 07. Not a physical net. A dense fog of microparticles carrying a mild neural suppressant. Invisible to the naked eye. Phantom runs straight through it. For 14 seconds, he continues moving normally. Then, vision blurs. Motor control slows. Predictive calculation ability flickers. He drops to one knee. 3:14 a.m. Phantom tries to vanish again. Body posture turning sideways, breath disappearing. But the suppressant interrupts the voluntary vision blur ability. He becomes visible. 3:15 a.m. Shadow 1 and Lockdown 3 converge. To avoid harming him, they do not tackle. They calmly circle, watching him sway slightly. He whispers the only documented phrase ever recorded. "I miscalculated." 3:16 a.m. Restraint. Neural cuffs applied. Pulse disruptor harness tightened. Silence maintained. Phantom does not resist. He simply exhales once, long, controlled, accepting the outcome. 9. Post-capture transport. 3:23 a.m. Subject placed in reinforced containment capsule. Capsule filled with soft white noise, temperature neutral air, 0 reflection surfaces. Purpose: prevent Phantom from using environmental awareness to track movement. 4:48 a.m. Subject delivered to Dark Mind Asylum. Sublevel Omega. Initial reaction: no fear, no confusion. Simply scans the room. Eyes adjust to each guard silently, as if memorizing them. X. Commander's closing note. Mr. Phantom did not lose. He allowed the capture the moment he realized the outcome was inevitable. He is cooperative because he is waiting. For what, we do not know. He is the only patient who felt inevitable. Lightless, reinforced alloy, sound-attenuated walls. Remote monitoring only. Environmental control. Temperature, light, airflow manipulated to reduce tactical advantage. These 5 subjects and unique individuals represent only a fraction of what resides within Dark Mind Asylum. Each mind is a story. Each story is a warning. Each gift is a curse. Our observation continues. Our containment is absolute, and the unknown, ever present. These patients inhabit a world between fear and understanding, a delicate balance maintained by our observation and control. Here at Dark Mind Asylum, the extraordinary becomes documented, the dangerous becomes contained, and the mind, both human and beyond, remains under scrutiny. As new file episodes continue, you will witness the evolution of this reality, the layers of their ability, and the everlasting of continuity. Join us next time as we delve further into the darkness. All cryptids and patients captured by Dark Mind Asylum Cryptids Special Teams. Biological Anomalies Division. Special Cryptid Retrieval Task Force. Black Lantern Division.